Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing well. And yes, I just came home with another Gravely, makes number 7. This one here, I decoded the serial number on it, and it's a 1954 LI, model LI. And what originally, I made a deal with the guy for 150 bucks for the tractor, the brush hog, the mower deck, and the sulky, which is on the other side. Sorry about that. And everything seems to be in pretty good shape here. It's got a nice sulky here, and show you under the hood too real quick. Everything's all there and everything. He said it ran, but he hasn't ran it in a long time. But thankfully the gas tank's empty, and the gas tank doesn't look rotted out, but it really stinks in there. And when I offered him the 150 bucks, he goes, well, you got to take all the attachments. So I took the other 2 attachments that he had for it. There's pieces missing off them, so I don't know. I have to do a little investigation. I just might sell the 2 pieces just to get rid of them. I'll sell them cheap. And he never mentioned anything about this trailer. It's a metal Gravely trailer, and he had it in the back, and I said, well, how much do you want for the trailer? So he said 50 bucks. So without even looking at it, I just handed him the 50 bucks. As a matter of fact, my friend Rich came with me. I didn't even have the 50 bucks on me, but he did. So I handed him the 50 bucks, and he comes out with this trailer here, which is a pretty nice little trailer that I'm going to keep. And the other little trailer that I use here in the yard, well, my plan with this tractor is the 1962 Gravely. My friend Rich is very interested in it. So I'm going to use the mower deck off this, which has a really good blade on it still. I think the guy was just cutting some saplings in his wood and some woods and some overgrown weeds or whatever he was cutting with it, but the blade appears to be in really good shape, and the sulky's in good shape too. So I'm going to get the 62 Gravely, and I'm going to put the mower deck on that and the sulky on that, and I'm going to sell it to Rich. He really seems to want it. So this is going to be our next project, but I'm not taking anything off this trailer right now, because I'm still working on the 73 Gravely here that has the cracked block. And I'm going to go ahead and try to use that extreme JB weld to do the repair on this right now. So that's it for now. And I may continue this video for when I get the other tractor off the trailer, and start working on that and see if we can get it to start up. So I'll see you guys soon. So far I took off the mower deck that came with this tractor, and I put mine on it, because that mower deck that came with this tractor has to be gone over and everything. And also it had a side terminal battery on it. The terminals were back here, which is first of all, the battery's like shorted out and won't even take a charge. And when you open the hood, that's an accident waiting to happen, because the hood could ground out against the positive side. So what I did was I just took the battery off the 73, and I took the top terminals off the 73, which I'll be replacing them back on there and everything. And so I have the battery charging up right now, and this negative side cable here, which is pretty short, it was running over here. Will it stay open? No. I gotta get something to get the hood to stay open. It was mounted on this one engine bolt here that sticks out the front. I didn't like that, the way that was. So what I did was I just mounted it on this bolt, the handle bolt here, and then I just tied it here, and then I ran it up under the hood here and up to the negative side. So we did that so far. And the next thing I want to do is I'll get set up. We're going to take the spark plug out, and what I want to do is I want to I'm going to put some two-stroke mix that I keep in a bottle for priming and everything. I'm going to put some of that in there and just work the piston up and down, make sure that's alright. And then after that, we'll check it for spark. I don't even know if it cranks over or anything yet. I waited till I started continuing the video here so we could all see what's going on. Another thing I don't like is the all the heat shields are missing, you know. The two side ones I can make. In one of the videos, I don't remember which tractor it was. I think it may have been the orange tractor. I had to make one. It was pretty easy to make, but the top one, I might have another one that'll fit this. I'm not really sure. As far as the 1973 Gravely went, you know, I put the head gasket on. I don't know if you saw that video or not. And the block is cracked. And I tried the JB weld on it. And I could still see it's leaking a little bit. And then I thought to myself, even if I have that welded, it could start cracking in other spots. I do have a couple of good jugs, you know, the cylinder blocks, but my only problem is on the 73, when I had the head off, I pointed out that it had a 10 over piston in it. So I don't know what the bore is on the jugs that I have, but that's going to be for a later date. I am still going to pull the trailer around with that. I mean, it still runs and everything. I may just put the snow plow on it and just plow here at the yard, but I will not be taking that out on the road, that's for sure. But because I don't know if I'm getting back to that this year. There's a possibility I might. I will see what happens. So I'm going to get set up and I'm going to pull the spark plug out and I'm going to juice up the cylinder. And you know, like I said, I want to run the piston up and down a little bit because I don't know when the last time this ran. And also, I'm noticing here, this lever for reverse and forward is upside down. I'm getting a funny feeling that somebody converted it so the reverse and the forward are different than what I'm used to. You know, you saw me convert the 73 because I didn't like reverse the opposite way because I'm so used to it. But I have a funny feeling that this is going to work the same way. But we're not going to worry about that right now. What I'm worried about right now is to see if we can get this to start. And also, this tractor here still has I mean, you can get the replacement ones. It has a sediment bowl. That's how these tractors came. Usually, like you've seen on mine, I just put that elbow in there with a rubber hose and an inline fuel filter. So I don't know what the story with this is yet. I know the gas tank is pretty clean, but it stinks in there, and it was empty. Fortunately, the gas tank's empty, so that's a good thing. So I don't know what we have as far as cleaning out the carburetor, but the first thing we're going to want to do is see if it has spark. So I'll get set up for that and we'll check it out. Okay, so it's a 15/16 wrench I'm using to get this spark plug out. This has the older type, like the 5 horsepower that has the spark plug that's on an angle in the head here. And I'll show you the size of the spark plug that's in here. It's huge. Spark plug doesn't look too bad. It's hard to really judge on camera, but that's a huge spark plug in there. I think the Champion plug, I think it's a Champion T10 or TT10 or something like that. So we're just going to douse, oh boy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the plug back in and blow off the top of the head. I see a lot of debris on there. We don't want anything going into the spark plug hole here. So let's see if we can give it a couple of quick cranks. I poured a little two-stroke mix in there. See if I can do this right. So judging the peg bolts and everything. This looks like it's been rebuilt. Got a little carried away with that. We're still working with a battery and it's no good. I definitely have to go get a battery. I'll trade in that side terminal one and get a new battery. Because this battery here is in pretty bad shape here right now. So I'm going to screw the spark plug back in and tighten it up. And then I'll hook up the spark tester and see if we have spark. This may just fire off with a little bit of fuel I put in here. But my main concern right now is to see if we have spark. So, let's see if I can get it to where I could see it, or if you guys could see it, and then I'll just look at the video again to see. But who knows, it might just fire off a little bit right now. I'm just going to be brave and hold this thing here. Chances are the points have to be cleaned as usual, as you've seen me do before. I don't see a lick of spark. So the first thing we're going to have to do, I guess, is take out the we'll have to take the magneto off, and I'll have to take it apart and clean the points. Now today's going to be in the 90s again, and it's going to be a feel-like temperature of over 100. That's why I came out here real early. I mean, I didn't video everything I did so far with the battery and whatnot, but I mean, we're just going to continue on the same video. I'll see how far I can get. We'll pull the magneto off it, and see what we could do about cleaning the points. And then I'll probably have to do a quick carburetor cleaning on it too. So it's usually the same old story with these. They just sit around for so long, and then you have to end up taking the magneto off and taking the point. I take the points out and I clean them. I clean them real good, and then I put them back in, and then I'll re-gap them to 15 thousandths. I'll re-gap them to. So let's see how far we get. I'll set up the camera. I'm going to get this to top dead center. And I guess I may as well show you how I do that. I wonder if this magneto is clicking even. Because you can hear it clicking when it gets to top dead center and it creates the spark. And I don't remember hearing it. I don't think I'm hearing that. Oh, it wants to start now? Yeah, it's an intermittent thing with the magneto, you know? And so the points are probably dirty. And this battery's really gone. So I'm going to shut the camera off for now, let the battery charge up a little bit. Let's just see just for kicks if it'll crank over. Because I may have flooded it. I may have put, as I always do, I put too much fuel mix in there. But I want to moisten up the cylinder wall and the piston rings. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is we'll let this battery charge up, and the battery stinks. This battery is really pretty much gone, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to clean the carburetor out and see if we have any fuel flow going down, the fuel line into the carburetor. And I'll show you how to service these oil bath system air cleaners. A lot of people convert these to a dry air filter system, which I know for a fact you have to change this stem because the air filter housing that houses the element sticks up about this high. But I'm gonna service the oil bath system and use that and keep that for this right now. And I have all the tools together, and the oil is pretty full. I checked the oil on it and it's pretty full. I just added a little bit and it came out. Where you check the oil on these, which I have to show you how you check the oil on these, because the older ones don't have a dipstick. Okay, so I'm all set up to do the carburetor cleaning work on it. Long screwdriver. So we're going to take this hose off that goes to the air cleaner here. Start with that. This one has the original clamp on this side, so you have to use a flat screwdriver to get this loose. And I think I got it loose enough. So go ahead and get this hose out of the way to begin with. With these carburetors, you can use carburetor cleaner to clean them, or brake clean. It's like an old car. It won't hurt the carburetor at all. There's nothing in there that could be hurt. Okay, so we got this bit out of the way here. Now we'll loosen the hose clamp over here. Get in there and loosen this. Try to help it off with the screwdriver here. The little tight quarters in here. Oh, I can get in here and maybe, or maybe not. Up through here. Yeah. You want to be careful not to bend any of these linkages here too. So we'll get this hose here. Now dump a little gas in here and see if we have any fuel flow. And let me move you over a little bit here. I should have lowered the tripod a little bit here, but I think you'll be able to see if gas comes out. Oh, it looks like the gas was turned on already. There's a little bit in the sediment bowl. I don't know if this is all dirt or crusty gas or what, but we'll pour a little gas in there and see what happens. Actually nothing coming out of here. So we could have a little clog here. Okay. I'm going to take the hose off this end too here. Let me get this hose off here and I'll get back to you. Maybe I can blow a little air in there, take that sediment bowl out and try to shoot some air. I just blew some air through the hose. So it runs through the sediment bowl up into the tank here. And I do have fuel flow now. That's a good sign. That could be the whole problem to begin with, why this, because he told me that the carburetor has to be cleaned. But the first thing I always check is you always check your fuel flow from the tank to the carburetor. So, I'm going to set the camera up a little better, and then I'm going to take everything we need to take apart here to get to clean the carburetor out. Okay, so I'm all set again. Now I begin by taking the idle mixture screw. I'm going to take that out first. And then what we want to do is we want to count. We're going to screw it back in. So it's half. It's about 3/4 of the way in. I just back it up. When we put it together, I'll just put it to 1 and then I can make adjustments. This is a little tough to see here with this. Should have used a smaller screwdriver actually. I just heard the phone do something, so I don't know if we're off the air or what. No, we're still good. Now we'll take the high speed mixture adjustment, chat out. And hope the gasket's okay on this. Yeah, it's still pretty good. Now we'll take off the bottom. Oh wow, that's stuck pretty good. Am I not going to be able to get this off? No. This is the plug that goes into the bottom here. I don't want to break that off. I'm going to have to get a different setup for that. I'll try to use my 3/8 ratchet with a 7/16 socket. Try to get that off. If I can't get that out, I'm just going to spray some spray through there and hope for the best. So that really stinks. I can't get the drain plug out. I'm pretty sure this is a cast iron carburetor. Pretty sure. I just had to clean it the best I could like this. It's hard to get into that jet here. that's good. And now I'll go into the idle mixture jet up here. We'll spray some in there. I like to take the drain plug out of the bottom here, because you could actually take a small screwdriver and go up through the carburetor and make sure that the float functions right. So this is the best we could do with this so far. So I'm going to put it back together and hook up the fuel line, and I'll spray some down here in the fuel line too. And we'll just hope for the best with it, because there's no getting this bolt out the bottom. I would have to take the carburetor off or work on it that way. I tried to spray it with a little WD, but it's not going to get up in there or anything like that because it's upside down, you know. So, okay, so I'm going to finish putting the rest of this together, and we'll see if we can get it to fire off. And this battery's in really, really bad condition now. So before I put the high-speed adjuster back in, I hooked up the fuel line and turned the fuel on, and we have a good fuel flow coming out of here. So that's a good sign. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's see if we have enough battery for this thing to fire up, if it wants to fire up. I don't know if we want to choke it. Maybe not yet. Yeah, I'm almost thinking that I have to take the magneto off and clean the points. So, in the meantime, I'm definitely going to go buy a battery. I have to pick up some shop supplies too. And it should run, I would say. It has to be a matter of spark. I try my spark tester again. This is the one. I do have a brand new one in the package, because I thought I was having problems with this when we were trying to start up the 73 that time. I think more of the problem was the magneto on this one, and the clog coming out of the gas tank, going through the sediment bowl, more than anything. So it's the usual two problems that you always have with these when you got them, when they've sat for a long time. Yeah, I'm not seeing any spark. Okay, so we're going to end this one here, and part 2, we'll do the magneto, the points cleaning, and we'll put it back together and see if we get it to fire up then. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.